Hello and welcome back to Ahead of the Game Sports Chat, Sports Pez, Jez and Tuck Sport Takes here for bets.com.au. Jez, it's the NBL season preview. We're going to hit a heap of stuff in this short, quick fire episode. Going to hit dates, going to hit schedules, going to hit teams, going to hit Ignite Cup, all that stuff bundled into one.
Yeah, it's awesome. Jam-packed for a massive season. Probably the best and biggest season, most anticipated NBL season in a really, really long time. There's a lot going on, a lot of changes, a lot of player movement. So, I don't know. Let's just stop mucking around and get stuck into it.
Yes, all right. So before we get into it, hit subscribe if you haven't already done it on the channel. You got Ahead of the Game, you got the bets.com.au channel also. There's going to be links in the description. Click on them and you're going to find the place you want to be. NBL season, Jez, tips off Thursday, the 18th of September. Tasmania take on Melbourne at My State Bank Arena. Your Tassie JackJumpers. They're going to win this first game straight up?
Absolutely. They've picked up a couple of good imports this year. They've turned their whole concept around, I believe, the old Tassie JackJumpers. They've been a defensive team for a while. It worked well. Didn't work so well last year. Got some aggressive imports. So we'll see how it goes. But it's always a massive game against Melbourne United. So I think it's a great fixture to kick off the NBL season.
And mate, about the fixtures, the first time now that the NBL is going to be aligned with the WNBL. Fantastic to see all basketball aligned in Australia at the top level. You're going to get games nearly every single night of the week. Elite basketball, 6 nights a week. How good is that for basketball fans?
Yeah, it's a great move by the NBL to just pump it. Obviously, yeah, I think it works really well for the BBL when that starts having a game every night. People can watch it. I think it's going to bring more fans to the sport. When there's nothing on, you're going to find an NBL game, and all of a sudden you're going to, I don't know, fall in love with the team and be interested in it. So I think it's a really, really smart way to grow the sport and grow the league.
We've got some themed rounds as well. You have the Pride round, Indigenous round, Heritage round, of course, Hoopsfest back in Perth. They've changed the date to the January school holidays to be able to get more people there, for children to be more involved. It's a fantastic blend of hoops and street culture. The NBL CEO, I'm just looking at the hoopsfest.com.au website now. Great result for basketball fans all around the country and those wanting to experience the best of basketball and all it has to offer. So Hoopsfest was a great success, has been a great success, and once again in January for this upcoming NBL season. But Jez, you have got your sights set on the Ignite Cup.
Yeah, obviously it worked in the NBA to have this sort of mid-season tournament, but there's a little bit of a twist here. It's probably never been done in any sport, I believe, in the world, especially in a major competition where they're going to play every game is going to be on a Wednesday night. They're bringing new fan experiences, a lot of hype to those Wednesday night games midweek. But the big thing here is, well, there's a couple of big things, but when it comes to the scoring system, you get your 3 points. It goes, these games still go towards the regular season, but you'll actually get a point for every single quarter that you win. That goes into the Ignite Cup pool. So you get your 3 points to the regular season, and then it's a quarter by quarter for the Ignite Cup, which, yeah, getting 1 point, and then the top two teams at the end of the Ignite Cup season will play off in an Ignite Cup final. Now, it's a massive prize pool. It's 400,000 Australian dollars, with 300,000 going to the winning team, and 100,000 going to the losing team. And the players actually are guaranteed 60% of the money. So 60% to the players and 40% to the club. So just completely different. It's a complete new concept. It's going to be interesting to see how it goes and if these teams sort of really start to fight, especially I think for the fourth quarter when you've got a big lead or you're getting pumped, and maybe you sort of take your foot off the gas. If teams are going to fight until the final whistle in that fourth quarter to make sure that they're building these Ignite Cup points. So super exciting concept. Going to be really interesting to see how it all plays out. and if the concept works. But I don't know. I like it.
It's going to be interesting for sure. The season comes to an end, round 22 on Friday, the 20th of February, the last two games of the season. Brisbane up against Sydney and Perth versus Adelaide. A bit longer season this year, more games for NBL fans to enjoy. And we're going to hope as well that we had a bit of a break there between regular season and finals last year with the international schedule coming in between, but I haven't really got an idea of where that's sitting right now, but hopefully that doesn't affect the run into finals for our NBL teams this season, Jez.
Yeah, hopefully not, because that was a bit of a buzzkill. It felt like last year. So, but I think everybody was pretty vocal about it. So I'm sure it's going to be something that they will look at come around finals time to keep the momentum of the NBL coming before the NRL and the AFL all kicks off again in full flight.
Okay, Jez, and we have some holiday blockbusters as well. Christmas Eve, Adelaide versus Cairns is going to be a massive game. Christmas Day, the Highway or Freeway Series, Sydney and Illawarra at Kudos Bank Arena. And then also New Year's Eve, two games. Illawarra and Tassie, as well as Cairns and Southeast Melbourne. I love Christmas games and New Year's games and just holiday season with all the sports. You're getting cricket, you're getting American sports as well on these days. How good is the Christmas period in sports in Oz?
Yeah, man, it's absolutely jam-packed. And I know there's a lot of haters out there, but I'm not one of those haters either. I think it's awesome and you can just sort of kick back, relax. When you need a bit of peace from the family, you can chill out, watch a bit of sport. Now we get to watch, Big Bash. We get NBL now, especially New Year's Eve. It's a good warmer to have on the TV while you're getting ready and putting on your finest. So yeah, I love it.
Fantastic. All right, Jez, let's look ahead to the teams now. I want to chat quickly about some grand final contenders. Obviously, you need to look at Illawarra coming off a championship season. They lost a few players, but they have recruited okay. And, with Justin Tatum, they're going to be in the mix once again. Can you see Illawarra at least making finals and having a run to another grand final?
Yeah, absolutely. I think they did lose a little bit, but they've recruited well. I think you've got to put faith in Justin Tatum. He can be arguably one of the most influential coaches in the NBL or the NBL that's ever been seen in the NBL, even though it's just been a short period of time. So I think this time he's got to, set everything the way that he wants to have it. He's had a year under his belt. He's still got some of his old dogs there, and they're absolutely a threat. But there's a few threats this year. I think it's a extremely unpredictable season. It's going to be interesting, I think, for me to see how Adelaide goes with the movements that they've done, bringing Bryce Cotton from the Perth Wildcats to Adelaide to join Montrezl Harrell. Kendrick Davis moved to Sydney, like already there in that trio. It's just completely different teams. So it's going to be massive to see how Adelaide go. They've put all their chips in one basket for this season, and it's either going to be bang or bust. And with Adelaide, it's usually bust. So let's see if they can break that trend.
I love it. It is usually bust for Adelaide. Melbourne United, a perennial contender as well. They lost Matthew Dellavedova, but will still be a force and a threat in this league with their coaching staff and their pedigree of winning. They are sure to be there come finals time. Jez, there are a few dark horses in this league as well. One of those being the Tassie JackJumpers. I had them almost out of contention. Well, I think I might have said it on some podcast earlier in the year, but they've recruited well and now they're starting to look like maybe they'll be there again.
Yeah, like I said at the start of the show, they've picked up a whole bunch of new imports. Obviously, Milton Doyle, Jordan Crawford were the crux of their championship, and they've moved on from them. And that's what happens with imports in the NBL. It's no strange story. But now they've brought in a couple of guys, Bryce Hamilton and Tiger Campbell. So these two guys have a very different players, very, very aggressive guys. They like to score. So it's sort of this Scott Roth, their coach, has always been defensive, and now they're going to play a little bit more offensive. So they're a dark horse. You don't sort of know how it's going to go, but it can definitely. I think their roof is extremely high if all these pieces actually come together.
Southeast Melbourne did well last season. They had a great finish to the year under new coach Josh King. And I've lost Matt Hurt, but we've spoken a little bit offline that maybe it's not all doom and gloom for Southeast Melbourne with the talent that they have on their roster, the young kids, and obviously Malik Lewis and Owen Foxwell, and then obviously Sobey leading from the front. Southeast Melbourne going to be there or thereabouts. Cairns Taipans also just climbing up the rankings with the recruits they've made. Jack McVeigh, the biggest there, and Adam Ford in the coaching role. They're always going to be a threat. Really, Jez, you can't push any team in this 10-team league. You can't say, oh, this team's going to be on the bottom of the ladder, because it could be anybody.
Yeah. Like, we haven't even talked about Brisbane either. Like, Brisbane also made some huge moves. They also looked better at the end of last year. So we've basically named all 10 teams that could potentially challenge for the title. So we're not giving away tips here ahead of the game because we're keeping it wide open, but it just explains that this season is going to be an absolute cracker. It's going to be unpredictable. I don't even think after the first few rounds you're going to be able to go, all right, this team's a write-off, because we can see the swing that happens in teams and new coaches and new players, and then all of a sudden everything clicks and they start winning games.
And Jez, this season isn't just about teams. It's very personal. Bryce Cotton will go back to Perth and play a game in front of the Red Army with a new kit on. Matthew Dellavedova will have to go into John Cain Arena and play against Melbourne in the Sydney colours. And obviously the Kings and the Hawks, always a very intense series. Which storyline
don't
are
forget,
you most...
Ryan, sorry to interrupt. Don't forget this new clash between Montrezl Harrell and Kendrick Davis. It's been the pre-season hit at the moment. These two guys were best buddies, pouring water all over each other last year, and now just absolutely clashing on social media. So that's going to be a massive one when Adelaide come up against the Sydney Kings.
Definitely look forward to that. Circle those games in the schedule. We're going to get the schedule as well up on bets.com.au, so you can hit every single game and game preview that we deliver there completely free. There will be a link in the description once that is up and running. Righto, Jez, let's wrap this up. I want you to give me a championship prediction and an MVP prediction straight off the bat. No thinking, just give us your gut feeling.
Oh, I'm going to throw a wild card in there. I'm going to say Southeast Melbourne are going to win, and Nathan Sobey is going to be the MVP.
You are off your rocker, sir. I think... I don't want to say Sydney Kings. I don't want to say Perth. I don't want to... Who's left? Who is left? New
Adelaide
Zealand.
and Bryce Cotton. Or what?
Adelaide. Has to be Adelaide. Right. Has to be Adelaide. Got to go.
Has to be Adelaide. Yeah.
If you have a prediction for this upcoming NBL season, drop it in the comments. Let us know who you think is going to win. Bryce Cotton for another MVP. It's almost written on the wall as it is. NBL 26 tips off on the 18th of September. Runs right through finals, all through the end of February, March, and into April. I don't think it goes that long. We'll see how it goes. It's going to be wall-to-wall action. Anyway, Jez, lock it all in the calendars right now. And, Jez, hit us home, baby.
Yeah, you know it. Hang with us and stay ahead of that NBL game.